Hi everyone. So welcome to the accumulation and momentum data analysis for 25th of June. In between, I had taken a break, but henceforth, I'll make sure that I'll be more uh, consistent in making these videos. That should help you kind of analyze how the big players are positioning themselves and also the market, if it is in an uptrend or if it is kind of cooling off, or what exactly is happening via the momentum charts, right? So henceforth, what we'll be doing is we'll kind of quickly run through the most important news on that particular day and then look at the accumulation as well as momentum charts, right? So let's start with the news that S&P raises GDP forecast for India for FY26 from 6.3% to 6.5. So the few reasons that they have highlighted why they are kind of revising it higher is, one is the normal monsoon, right, or above average monsoon that we are expecting. Second is the crude prices, they have started cooling off because the global outlook is not that great, and since crude is a commodity which mostly runs on how the economy is growing, that is the global economy. Since the global economy is not going to do that well, the demand for crude should also be lower. That is the reason crude prices have started falling off. And in between they had spiked because of the Middle East tensions, but now that the Middle East tensions have also cooled off, crude should also start correcting, right? It has come below $70. And also the monetary easing that the RBI has done, they have front loaded both the cuts, although they have changed the stance to neutral. But let's say if growth does not pick up, they might even go for additional rate cuts as well, right? So with the easing liquidity and the lowering of interest rates, S&P is one of the uh, initial guys who have revised it higher. I'm pretty sure that the other agencies also who had cut the growth forecast from 6.7 or 6.5 to 6.3 should also revise it higher in the coming weeks or coming months, right? So this is the most important news, because of which today there was a decent enough buying that kind of happened. So if you look at the large cap accumulation, although it is very similar to what we saw yesterday, but the Nifty did much better than yesterday today, right? So and the momentum, so if you look at the momentum has again improved than what it was yesterday, right? So the momentum has been continuously improving for the last 4 days, if you can see, right? And then if you look at the mid cap accumulation has started improving since yesterday. So yesterday was good, today is even better, and today is in line with the average of, let's say, the last many months, right? And if you look at the mid cap momentum as well, there also you are seeing a very similar chart wherein for the last 4 days there has been a continuous rise. So the momentum cooled off to the lows from where previously also it had made a bottom, very similar levels, maybe a little lower than that, from where we have started reversing and moving up again, right? Now if you look at the small cap, majority of the accumulation happened in Feb and March, wherein a lot of these people kind of bought these stocks and started pushing them higher, right? And now, although in kind of April it kind of went sideways, and in May, in June also it is kind of around the same similar level as what we saw in April and May, right? Feb, March were really great for the small cap accumulation, but May, June, April, May, June have been kind of just sideways, moving a little higher, lower, but around that average of, let's say, 50, 60 names every single day in the accumulation, right? But if you look at the momentum has spiked really high today. You can even see that the small cap 100 index was up almost a percent and a half, whereas Nifty was up only 0.8, while the mid cap index was up only 0.5, right? So the majority of the action was in the small caps today, and you can clearly see from the small cap momentum charts as well, right? But it is not near the top. The top is still a little above, that is another 150 names should kind of uh, move even higher, then probably we will hit some kind of a peak for the momentum. But all in all the segments show an improvement in accumulation, improvement in momentum. This should sustain in the coming few days. we should see that the momentum and the market breadth should continue moving up. Maybe we can see 1 or 2 days of slight pullback, which is quite normal, but the trend remains upwards as of now. That is the short term trend, right? So hopefully this helps. Tomorrow, after tomorrow's session, I'll be coming up with the same sheets data as well as the momentum charts, right? Thank you. Have a good night.